my hope that as we transition to MTP IV and the transition to a new long-term plan, I really hope that we can at least make it to the category of the upper middle income tier. And there is no reason why not. Because if we continue implementing consistently the things that are in the MTP IV, which are again anchored on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, I see no reason, if we keep the current pace, we keep the focus, we sanitize our national discourse, so that we spend a lot of time just discussing and keeping ourselves busy with how can we be able to improve this plan. I don't know, Bwana PS, whether we are going to have MTP V after 2027 to 2032, or this is the last one. It will be interesting to know when exactly we are going to have the transition from Vision 2030 to Vision whatever that is going to come after. This MTP IV will never be launched again, and it will never be disseminated again in the county of Kiambu for the next 4 years. So you are part of history, and I want to congratulate you for being part of this process, historic process, something that will not be done again. Probably, if there is no other MTP under Vision 2030, this also marks the last MTP IV, or the last MTP. And so therefore, it is something that we cannot take for granted. Let me end by just asking or requesting, pleading with the two levels of government to enhance intergovernmental cooperation. It's very important. We've had here something to do with healthcare. It's very, very good. There were maternity care. How I would wish that now is going to be integrated within our social health, because we need all support as national government. We transition to SHIF and SHA. We also adopt the maternity cares, the Kangata cares, everybody cares, including Baba care, and make it part of one system, because we need to integrate every other idea and every other resource that can be able to help us as we move to that new regime. The same way I've heard about something that our counties are doing very well on the issue of farm inputs and seedlings. The national government, as you've heard, because agriculture is very, very important. Last year, our agriculture rebounded by a whole 6.8%. One of the major contributors to the success of the economy. When we grew by 5.6%, one of the main drivers was the rebound of agriculture. And with that, as you'll agree, a rebound in our agriculture also means that our cost of living invariably comes down. We now have only 3 challenges. The first challenge is the challenge of walking the talk. I think that's important. And my ministry is also responsible for something called performance and delivery. So this plan is just a plan. The person to ensure that it's delivered is none other than myself and my team. And so therefore I want to commit that I'll hold all state departments, all ministries, all agencies of government to account for this plan. The Ministry of Finance, of Treasury and National Planning has done its bit. Now, Bwana PS, it is our team to ensure that we monitor the implementation of this plan. And all plans are good on paper. but they will remain so if only they are matched by very strict implementation. And I want to commit to this gathering that my ministry will work day and night to ensure that everybody who is being paid by the taxpayer is held to account. We have, other than the challenge of implementation, is the challenge of optimism. We need ingredients. There is no food without salt. Yeah, the spice of this plan is for Kenyans to keep believing and to keep optimistic and hopeful. Our enemy number one, good people, are people who spread negativity. People who spread, despair. Kuambia watu mambo ni mabaya kila wakati. Instead of telling people how are we going to focus on ensuring that this plan takes us to the next level. I'm a very widely traveled and I've worked in many countries of the globe. We have a wonderful country, good people. We have a wonderful countries. Imagine, and I'm speaking this as someone from this county. Hii county, I don't know, Bona PS, where you come from, the average size land holding, you and the governor, is close to quarter of an acre, or thereabout. We have no land, we have no minerals, even water is a problem. Yeah, we have no oil, and still people are saying, Nyomba itu. It's nonsense. For people who are dying, no space, no jobs, no nothing. We need Kenya, the biggest ingredient, people, especially from this region, we need, is to really invest in Kenya. And I'm saying that as someone who travels across the country. And I find people from this county all over the country. They ask me when they hear some people here talking about, I don't know, seclusion, isolation. They ask me, are you people, muna kichwa mzuri, munafikiria vizuri? Our salvation, our hope, our prosperity, our destiny in spreading out into the rest of the country, integrating with the rest of the country, because the region cannot be strong if the nation is weak. Let us all work together to make every corner of the country. And as we launch this plan, I recall Sessional Paper number 10 of 1965, which said that there is some parts of Kenya which are used for Kenya, others are not productive, and it's called for investment in only the productive parts of Kenya. This plan, which is based on bottom-up economic transformation agenda, is actually preaching the exact opposite. It's talking about inclusive growth. Growth is not enough unless we all grow together. But let's not even compete for a share of poverty, because when people say, oh, let us now share bursary equally, we are saying, let us kila mtu aweke their share of poverty and be proud of your poverty. I cannot be part of being proud of our poverty. Let us grow jobs. Let us grow agriculture. Let us come. I was never educated by bursary, and my parents were not rich. And I'm sure most of us here do not have bursaries. There was no CDF, there was no bursary. But every parent could take their children to school. Followed by flood, and people dying in both is really catastrophic. So we have to get to the root of the matter. That is why these environment issues, every day a minister of women and education is going to different parts of the district. I agree with PhD or someone else. This 50 billion thing is very, very important, because we have to go to the root of the matter and take it from there. Also, let me address this issue of rebellion. I'm very pleased that now, maybe I've seen a lot of people circulating videos, mnahamisha watu hapa. Hasa mimi niulize, niambie, maybe help me. What would you rather move those people? A government deliberately mchana ama mafuriko, and people being swept away? Because those are governments we have. It's okay. Somebody called me the other day, one album, so namuuliza, tuchague, unataka askari aanisha watu ama mafuko aanisha watu, wewe ni you know. So anyway, let us in this country do the right things and not do things on risk. If we stop this negative politics and we focus on, for example, innovation, and I want to take it up with by the way, the president is in Korea, as he speaks of Korea, on this issue. One of his priorities is the issue of creative economy and innovation, where government of South Korea is going to give us 40 billion shillings to do what? To help that gentleman who asked that question. And I will ensure that as part of that program, which is going to be done and sponsored, we also have our central repository for innovation. So that innovation can be deposited somewhere, marketed by the government, and we've heard from Mapesa here on our 5 key areas. The big one is digital economy and innovation. So that is a new arena for competition. Not who can scream loudest kwa mkutano, but let us compete on innovation. And what are these? I think I've whispered to you here. Let me see it publicly. Utatumua video na watu wangu ndio upatie hao watu ambao watakuongea na kuwania from the order. This institution is very important for this country, and I'm speaking not just as a cabinet minister, but one for this country. This is our inheritance from our forefathers. They left to us kids which we have been proud of. Na hii shamba yote hapa, this belongs to the people. Those people called trustees, waambie wakulishe shamba ya kids ama national territory, hata zisongo ni matatu.
There is a lot of potential. When we were told by the president, by his excellency the president, to plant trees early in the year when I was here, a quick census was done on how many trees we have, seedlings we have in the country, and we could hardly raise 500 million countrywide. And the target of the president is to plant 15 billion trees. So if we have 500 million seedlings and our target is 15 billion, you can see the gap. You can see the gap, and that's a very big potential for the youth that they can exploit. Number two, for the counties, I think people can get into agriculture, but the main problem is about the market. And I can give you my own story. Last year, I decided to do some farming of onion, red onion, and I did very well. I got 20 tons. I had not thought about the market. So I had 20 tons of Itumu, I didn't have a market. And brokers came, they exploited me, and I was very angry. Only if I had fixed the market, then I would have benefited a lot. So the county, and as you do extension, as you do the aggregation centers, what is most critical is the market. Because you can grow and not have a market. Now that becomes a point of frustration.